god, that was so creepy. I am never doing that again. Hey guys, so today I'm back with another video about my first day at school. I just had my first day at school at HCC, or Houston Community College, my sophomore year. It was, I'll get into the details in a second, but basically this fall semester was the first time I ever started school, actually like on the first set day of school. Last year, the fall semester of 2017 was postponed 2 weeks. We had 2 weeks of canceled school because of Hurricane Harvey, and this week's actually the 1-year anniversary of the tragic event. A lot of families like around in my neighborhood, not in my neighborhood, well some in my neighborhood, but a lot of families where I live in Katy were affected by the flood. So it was insane, honestly, absolutely insane. I remember when it was finally like okay to go out, and I like drove around different neighborhoods, and you can like, after they started taking out everything, ripping down their interiors, their wood, their wall, it was insane. Like, oh my god. Luckily my home wasn't affected, but for those of you that were affected, I'm so sorry. Like, literally that sucks, and especially for the people that just moved here last year or just bought a home. Like, I've a couple of my coworkers, one of my coworkers specifically, just bought their first home and then it was flooded literally a couple months after they bought it, and they were a single mom. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, that really sucks.
I got to be right now, cause I can't get much stronger. Man, I've been waiting all night now. That's how long I've been on ya.
Yeah, so last fall semester, it was postponed 2 weeks, and then the spring semester, that started technically in January, it was, the first 2 days were canceled because of snow, and it never snows in Houston. Last year was just a crazy ass year. It was insane. But anyways, so going back into today's video, I'm going to be talking about a couple of mistakes that I've made so far this semester, and hopefully you guys can learn from my mistakes and not make them yourself. And also, this is kind of a note to self, to me, to not make these stupid mistakes again. So yeah, to get into it, so I applied for financial aid right as soon as when you, like the beginning of when you can apply, the soonest you can apply, I applied. Like around Halloween last year, and I made sure I filled out my whole application. I turned it in, submitted it, and for some reason they selected me to go through a verification process, and I was unaware of like what that was. I didn't know that that was a thing. So they selected me for a verification process, and apparently they sent me an email in January, but I never got it. It was actually sent to my mom, and she never told me about it. So anyways, so they selected me for a verification process, and basically if you're selected through the verification process, take note right now, you have to get these forms online and then submit them. So they want like your copies of your W-2, like your parents' W-2s, your tax returns, tax transcripts, which was the most annoyingest part. So like all these forms they wanted just to verify your income, all this blah 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 money stuff, you know. But anyway, so that's what the verification process is, and I was unaware. So by the time I found out, I registered for all my classes early, like mid-summer, and I got all the classes I wanted, perfect timing. And like 2 weeks before school started, I got an email saying I was dropped from all my classes. So I was like, what the fuck? This is a joke. This has to be a joke, due to non-payment. And I was so confused because I thought my financial aid would just pull through again like last semester. But what I didn't know was that they selected me for a verification process, and because I didn't turn in those forms, they took away my financial aid in a way. So I got that email on a Saturday, and of course school's not open until Monday, so my whole weekend was ruined. I was panicking, shitting my pants, like, oh my god, am I gonna have to pay for classes now? One of the forms, so I called them that Monday. I was like, guys, what's going on? I need to get back in my classes before they get filled, because it was 2 weeks before classes started. So like, I mean, just like that, the classes that I wanted could be gone. So anyways, One of the forms that I needed to fill out was a tax transcript for myself and my mom. So I went on the website, I figured out how to get the forms. They wanted an official tax transcript, which has to be directly from the IRS. So I had to go to the IRS website, make an account, get all that situated. So I went in, made my account, and then it says plug in your phone number to get a verification code, and then you can access your account. So I did that, and for some reason it wouldn't accept my phone number. So I had to wait 5 to 10 business days for them to mail me my verification code. Yes, mail me. So this whole process was delayed even further, so I couldn't get my financial aid until I got that letter so I could verify my verification code and then get into the IRS website and then get the form and then turn it in. And then they had to take 2 to 3 weeks to process my financial aid from there. So yeah, it's a lot. I was so stressed out. Honestly, I cried every day. I was like, there's no way I can pay for my classes now. But anyways, so I finally got the letter in the mail after a week or so, and I go into the website, I plug in my verification code, and then it asks me again to put in my phone number. So I put in my phone number, and it accepted it. Why couldn't it do that before? It's so stupid. It literally delayed the process for a week for no reason when it could have just accepted my phone number before. This is so dumb. Anyways, but even before that, I called the IRS because I was like, I can't wait a week for this verification code. So I called them, and they're asking you for your social security number. So I gave them all that information, and then halfway through the call, they're like, excuse me, they were asking me all these questions, but then halfway through the call, they were like, excuse me, ma'am, due to the way that you're answering these questions, we cannot disclose any information to you or send you any transcripts. I was like, what the fuck? I'm Sonia Kasha though. Why can't you give me my forms that I need to get my financial aid? This is so stupid. Anyways, I finally got the form, so I went in, I did all that stuff, and then I sent it into my school so they can get that form and process my financial aid right away. And then, so I called them literally right after I send it, and they're like, there's nothing here. So I was like, ma'am, I just got the email saying that it was confirmed and it was sent and it was done. So I said, ma'am, what's your email address? And I literally emailed her the verification page because classes started in a couple days and I needed my financial aid. But anyways, so once I got that situated, they were like, all right, so it takes 2 to 3 weeks for us to process your financial aid and all that paperwork. So I was like, fuck, school starts in 4 days. So in order for me to start classes on time, I needed to set up a payment plan. That way my classes were paid for, and I could start the regular start time as everyone else. So I went in and I figured out how to do it. So luckily, my credit card limit was extended. They gave me more money, my limit was extended, yeah. They gave me more money on my credit card, so I was able to take that payment on my card and have that sit on my card until I got refunded my financial aid and then paid off. So yeah, that's what happened. So I did that, and then I finally started school, and I was in all my classes. They didn't drop me again, thank God. Anyways, so I did that, and then I went to the financial aid office after class, and I was like, all right, so can I get that refund now so I can pay my credit card? Because my card's maxed out. I can't even buy books because I have no money on my card. And they were like, so the date that we release our financial aid is September 24th, and today is October 28th. So I have to wait a month. That means no spending money for me. I think I got it figured out. They said I could use my financial aid at the bookstore so I can buy my books with that money, but then there's some codes that I have to buy online, so I have to figure that part out. And that means no more buying food for me out for this month, and I think I'm gonna cry. I love eating out. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise. I need to start eating healthier. Anyways, so on the plus side, since I took that payment on my credit card, I get that cash back, which is bank. Yeah, it's bank. Anyways, I hope you guys learn from my mistakes. Make sure that if you are getting financial aid, that you check like months in advance before your classes start. Check to see if they selected you for a verification process, because you're gonna have to do a ton of paperwork and get a ton of pointless forms that that the financial aid, whoever processes all that, already has access to anyways, which is pointless for you to attach them and go through the IRS and all this blah blah blah. Just make sure that if you're selected for verification, that you take care of that and don't wait until like a week before classes start to get that situated like I did. Don't do it. Anyways, also make sure you register for your classes early so you can get all the spots that you want. And if you just make sure you're not dropped from your classes, because if you wait until the week before school to turn in those verification forms, you're going to be dropped from your classes, and then you're going to be fucked, because then they're going to get full and you're going to lose your spots, and you're going to be all stressed out like I am right now. Anyways, getting into the first day of my college sophomore year. So I took a screenshot of my class schedule on the student sign-ins on Friday, a couple days ago, and so I'm following my schedule, going to all my classes, right? I had one class left for the day. It was history too. So I show up to the class and it's empty. So I'm like, all right, maybe people are coming. So I wait a little bit. Nobody shows up. So I'm like, what the fuck's going on? So I go into student sign-ins and the class disappeared. I was like, what? Where'd it go? So I like go more like in depth on my profile and like click classes that I've picked up in my shopping cart or whatever, and it says the start date changed to the end of September, and I was like, what the fuck? And there was no teacher name either. So I guess the teacher dropped the class last minute, literally the weekend before school started. Like that's insane. Anyways, so just to add a damper to things, that happened as well. So now that class is going to be a little more condensed since it is starting the second start of the school year. But anyways, I'm just excited to get the ball rolling, get the semester over with already, and get my financial aid back, because I need to pay my credit card bill ASAP. Anyways, I hope you guys learned something or had a laugh at my sad life. I'm hardcore adulting right now, and as you can see, I'm figuring it out. I'm kind of learning the ways. I don't really have it all figured out, but you know, I'll get there eventually with time. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.